Good morning, everybody. It's me, SepTeena, obviously. Today is August 8th, 2021. I'm making this. It was supposed to be a quick upload, but y'all know me. I'm making this upload because I need to ask a question of those of you who are interested in the Atlanta Gangster disciples trial of testimonies, the cases that I had previously covered on the Redacted channel, on the Redacted platform. By the way, I'm all about moving forward, so I give credit to where credit is due, and also while acknowledging that this is my channel now, and I can do whatever the heck I want over here, and I'm about moving forward. And so I don't want to keep harking to the past. I give credit to, you can't change the past. I give credit to where credit is due. Grateful and thankful for all of that. But I'm trying to, and I can't change history. I can't take any of that away. I wouldn't even want to be honest. But I'm all about going forward. And I don't want to keep harking back to that particular name because of what was done to me. So, again, you can't change what happened. And I'm not so much angry about it because I recognize the gift of it. Now I do. I recognize the blessing of everything that happened. But this is me. So this is me now. I still haven't even, I got to change the name for this channel. Eventually I will, but this is what it is. So anyway, I'm already wasting time. 1 minute and 47 seconds in. But anyway, here we go. Okay, so I have a question to those of you who are interested in that case, and so I'll just start out the best way I can with how this happened. So, as those of you who are following it with me, those of you who are going along with either every story, or if you just want to, you check in with whatever you want, but specifically for people who have listened to the opening statements of that, I was getting ready to re-edit the material that I had previously recorded from the Redacted channel. And I was noticing after listening to the opening statements again and reading them, something felt kind of off about the testimony. So originally I thought that was going to be a big thing, the Atlanta Gangster disciples trial. Back when I was recording that, though, y'all have to remember, those of you who know where I came from, I was doing multiple cases at a time. So, although I remember everything, I also forgot a lot of details because I was covering a lot of, I think when I was doing the Gangster Disciples for the Atlanta, I was also doing the hobos, and I was doing everything. So, but I do remember from the opening statements that this was supposed to be a much bigger case than what I covered as far as recording the transcripts, and so as I'm going through this over again, I'm like, okay, yeah, there was supposed to be a lot more information provided from these testimonies, and I don't remember any of that. And so I said, well, maybe he left out some things, which is possible. So I'll try to explain for those of you how the process went from the redacted. You know what? I have to hark back to it. I have to explain certain things. So this is how it goes. So when covering a particular case, a trial, you want to go for the meat of it. You want to go for the good stuff, So basically what the former platform did was, looked for, so his platform was all about, I don't want to say all about, but what really got people interested was hearing the testimonies of the snitches, the rats, as you call it, that made for, it's funny because everybody likes to hate on them, but that makes for an interesting case, but the snitches aren't the only people who have interesting testimonies. You also have a lot of witnesses, a lot of government witnesses. You also have a lot of law enforcement who testify, but the law enforcement testimonies aren't always, sometimes they're boring, I have to be honest. So what I learned from the former platform, the Redacted platform, is you want to go for the testimonies that were very, very interesting, where you learned the bulk of what happened. But the most interesting testimonies usually were from the informants or the snitches, the rats, not always, but so it's like, I find with the audience, it's like a love-hate relationship. It's like everybody claims to hate the rats and stuff, but we have to be honest. It's good material. I mean, when I say good material, I'm speaking from an aspect of what you learn from these trials. That's where it is. That's how it goes. So let me get back on topic here. I should have wrote some notes. But so again, I was thinking to myself, okay, I don't remember. I should have heard it, going by what I was reading and listening to in the opening statements. I said, I don't remember hearing about this. So let me see if I can find that, because I only covered 3 cases. So I'll list them. Sorry, not 3 cases, 3 testimonies. I covered Markel White, I covered Johnny Chappell, and I covered Rodriguez Gresham. And although there was information, there was some good information in those testimonies, there was a lot. It didn't cover a lot of what I heard from what I remember from the opening statements. So I said, okay, let's go see if I can find something. And so I did. I went back. I found the the actual. Come on, Tina, think. The PDF, yeah, I went and found the transcript. That's what I'm trying to say. I found the transcripts of the opening statements, and I started doing some more homework and going from the dates of that. I covered it. So long story short, well, not long story short, but when it comes to this part, this particular trial, from the opening statements that I covered, this particular trial was covered from April 15th, 2019, and it ended in May, sometime in May. And it was a pretty lengthy trial, and it was a big deal. It was a big deal. So technically I should have had more than 3 testimonies, Well, not so much should have, because you got to factor in a lot. You have to factor in too that everybody doesn't rat out. And so a trial can go on for days and days on end, but it's not always from the people that you want to hear, like the criminals. We all want to hear from the criminals, to be honest, but all of the criminals don't flip. A lot of them plead out and whatnot. So even though this case was a pretty big deal, the bulk of the testimonies, I should say, came from law enforcement. Some of it was good as far as from entertainment value. And a lot of it is boring. I mean, it's informed. It's you get a lot of information from it, but it's relatively boring, to be honest. Because it's very technical, and you can fall asleep listening to it. But anyway, but even still, I said, okay, this is a pretty big case. There should have been more than that. So I started doing research to say, okay, maybe remember, I know what the other channel was about, but I want to do something. Okay, my purpose originally was just to upload all my former old work, but now I'm like, okay, a lot of this, I'm realizing a lot of things were left unsaid, so maybe I can go and find other testimonies that tied into that would make this juicier, meatier, make it not just juicier, meatier, but make it, bring it full circle. Because again, if I noticed that things were missing, I'm pretty sure some of you would figure that out too. Like if you were actually paying attention to the opening statements, and then when we get to the 3 testimonies, you will be like, that's it. So again, I found some additional testimonies. Yay! And I'm going to record them. So they're going to be exclusives, and I'm going to record them, and hopefully you all like them. I've skimmed over a few of them, and they're interesting to me, so I hope that they're interesting to you, but that doesn't always mean anything. Like, for instance, I covered some other testimonies that I really, really enjoyed them, but they didn't do well I shouldn't say that. They did do well, but they didn't do as big as the NOLA cases, but nothing did as big as the NOLA cases, to be honest, So that doesn't mean anything, but I found them to be interesting, these new testimonies that I found. New to us, I should say, these new to us testimonies that I found. So I hope that you all enjoy them too. But here's where I really This is why I'm really making this upload for y'all. Okay, so in finding these new to us testimonies, I noticed that I came across Marco White's name again and Rodriguez Gresham's name again. And at first I was like, oh, I already have that, so I don't need to look at that again. But then I looked at it again and I realized that what I saw, the testimony seemed a bit longer. Like the files that I saw were longer than the files that I had originally, that I was originally given by the former platform. And so I took a look at it. And so I was doing a comparison to see if it, maybe something was left out, maybe the boring aspect or something. Let me see. So I was doing a comparison. So again, remember, I did 3 testimonies, Markel White, Rodriguez Gresham, and Johnny Chappell. But when I looked into this date range of this particular trial from April to May of 2019, Johnny Chappell wasn't there, but Markel White and Rodriguez Gresham were. So that was originally what tipped me off that something was wrong, because Johnny Chappell isn't there. Why is he not there? I have his testimony. Why is it not here? And then I said, well, let me look at, Markel White and Rodriguez Gresham. So I did for each one, I did a side-by-side comparison. And so what I originally have does not match what I saw in this new trial range. So I'm reading them side by side, and I see a lot of the stuff repeats, but then there's stuff that's in there that I do not remember covering. So I'm like, why is this different? So now in the transcripts that I found, I have the dates and I have the docket numbers. The transcripts that were given to me from the previous, they don't have the dates or the docket numbers, and that's not a bad thing. Half of them do, the things that I covered previously, half of them do and half of them don't. And that could be for whatever reason. So, but because I don't have the docket number or the dates from what was given to me from just those 3 cases alone, I could not find when these, long story short, guys and gals, these are, while they're similar and they're probably for the same case, if you think about it in the grand scale, these are not the same testimonies. So I'm thinking, this is what I'm guessing. The Markel White, the Rodriguez Gresham, and the Johnny Chappell that I previously recorded have nothing to do with this particular trial range. So I'm thinking they were either recorded before or afterwards. And I hope I'm not yelling. Let me get away from this microphone. I got a loud voice in general, so I'm probably screaming at y'all and not even on purpose. They have nothing to do with this particular trial. So what happens is with these, and you all have to remember, I was just a narrator. I don't know everything, but I'm learning. That's a good thing. I'm learning. Y'all probably know more than me, but with these guys, these people, I should say, when they testify, they don't testify for just one particular. So let's say this is like the United States versus it's like, I can't remember offhand, but there's like maybe at least 6 defendants on this case. Yeah, at least 6. And so the people who testify on behalf of the government, like the rats who, I hate to call them rats, I'm sorry, I'm just using our language. The people who flip, they will testify. Oh, perfect example, Big Wash. He testified in the Telly Hankton trial and he testified in the 3NG. So these people can testify, not always, but they can testify in multiple cases or whatever. So why it's all tied in together, it's not of the same, you all know what I'm getting at. So I was looking at it, doing side-by-side comparison, and I was like, okay, this is not the same trial, obviously. Okay, but where does this belong? And then I realized that what I was given from the former channel, it was not, long story short, it has nothing to do with this particular case. And that's not a bad thing in and of itself, but if you're really paying attention to this, you would notice it. And I only noticed it because my mind got to thinking like, why don't I remember or whatever. And eventually some of you all would have figured it out too. I mean, it's entertaining enough that we, if you're not thinking too much, but if you're like shout out to the old man who shot Nino Brown. He knows everything. He pays attention to everything. So somebody like him with his brain will probably like start putting two and two together too. Like, well, why don't I, so basically, I can't figure out if this happened before. So like, if I look at the original docket number and try to like do my research again, I don't know where the testimonies that I have, I don't know if they were done before or after. And I mean, I could find out, but it would take a lot of time. But it's kind of pointless because it's not of this particular trial range, so it doesn't matter. So here's a conundrum that I find myself in. I mean, it's a good thing that I actually found the actual testimonies that do fall into this, the actual testimonies that go with that. So here's the conundrum. So because I found this out, and this is how my brain works, I cannot in good faith just like, at first I was going to be like, well, forget this, I'm just going to put it, but I can't, because I cannot, because I know now, because I know I can't do that. So I'm going to have to actually record the actual testimonies that go to this trial. So yay for y'all, yay for us, it's a yay for me too, whatever. So it's like, so here's the thing, I have to record them because they're the ones that go with this. The other ones don't go with that at all. They, on a larger scale, they tie into it, but it has nothing to do with this particular trial range. So I have to record the actual legitimate testimonies of Markel White and Rodriguez Gresham. And in actuality, I think that they're actually longer than what I previously recorded. So I'm going to have some more material. So yay, I guess. So, but here's the thing I want to ask you all. Because Johnny Chappell, he does not have a testimony in this particular trial range. And I think I remember I liked his testimony. I enjoyed all of it, to be honest, but you know what I mean by enjoying. So here's what I want to ask you guys. I got to record this new stuff and put it in. The stuff that I had previously covered, the Markel White, the Johnny Chappell, and the Rodriguez Gresham, do y'all want to still hear that? Here's the thing. Some of this information repeats itself, but not all of it. And I can already see some sasshole gonna come on and say, we already heard that, it's boring. This is why I'm making this upload for those of you who are particularly interested in this case. So I'm making this so hopefully you will listen to this and so you'll understand where I'm coming from. Do you all want me to, like, after I'm done recording this new stuff, because I'm gonna do it in order, so it's easier to follow, obviously. Do y'all just want me at a later time to just, since I already have it, to just like upload it, and I don't have to upload it like I'm doing the other ones, like 2 a day. I can just like do as many as possible. Like I make a special day, like, hey, this is Atlanta Day or something silly like that. Like this is, to where y'all will remember what I said in this upload. Say, hey, remember when I told y'all that thing that happened? Well, here's the stuff. Do you all just want me to, re-upload it anyway, just in case you guys want to do some comparison on, for those of you who are like really into this sort of thing, and you can, listen and be like, oh, okay, I didn't hear that before, or this, that, and the third. Just let me know. That's basically 19 minutes into this upload. That's basically what I was trying to get into. But I'm glad I explained the process to you all, because I always wanted to, like, because some of you all don't know, and everything doesn't have to be a big secret. I mean, you don't want to give everything away, but I think it's important for those of you who really are interested in these testimonies, how this works, or how we did it from the former platform. Well, now that I have my own platform, I can do what I want. I can do other things. I'm not saying that I'm going to yet, because I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still at the stage where I just want to put all the old stuff out. And you all know why I want to put it all out. I don't have to go into that again. But I don't have to limit myself to, I mean, it's my platform. I don't have to limit myself to what I did somewhere else. I'm the boss over here, you know. So just let me know what you all would like. Like I said, I just can't put this out here and just be like, okay, hey, this is it, because it's a good, they're good testimonies, but they have nothing to do with this particular trial range. So I gotta record the stuff that actually matches it, so it makes sense. And then, like I'm saying, like again, I don't know if this was before or after, like these testimonies that I've already recorded, they probably go to some other defendant. Again, it all ties in together, but it has nothing to do with this. So you all just let me know what you want. Some of you probably would like I said, I have a small base so far, and eventually it might grow. So I'm pretty sure the people who are like really into it would want to hear. But I need a poll. You know what? I think I could do a poll. I'm gonna upload this. I think I don't have a community tab yet because I don't have enough subs. But I can make a poll in the I don't know. If I can't make a poll, just let me know in the comments what you think. If you want to hear it eventually, you're not going to hear it now because it doesn't make sense right now. It won't make sense with this particular trial range. But just let me know if you want to hear it later on. Just like, hell, since you already recorded it, just throw that shit on there, girl, and we'll listen to it. We'll listen to whatever, you know. So just let me know, and I'll end it here. There was something else I wanted to say. Okay, yeah, I'll say this real quick. This was almost like a happy accident. It's almost kind of inconvenient because it's like I have to record this stuff now, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to get me back in practice of recording, and I had to do a couple of them anyway, so it'll be fun. And I also say it's a happy accident because before, excuse me, clear my throat. Before I was just a narrator. So I was just, you know, you give me the PDF, he gave me the stuff, and then I recorded it. But now I'm forced to have to search all this stuff for my own, and I have to admit, it was intimidating at first because I had no idea what I was looking at, you know, what I was looking at or what I was looking for and stuff. But I'm learning all this, like nobody has taught me. I'm learning all this on my own, and I'm so very proud of myself because it is not easy. This stuff is not easily available on the internet. You have to pay for it. And paying for it is no problem, but this stuff costs money, you know. So y'all talking about, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? These testimonies cost money. If I told y'all how much they cost, like I haven't, I mean, it's nobody's job to, but I had to buy some new testimonies, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, this can get out of hand, which is another reason why I can understand why he wasn't so gung-ho about, I mean, he could afford to actually, he could on his platform. I can't. My platform is way too small for me breaking bank like that, and I ain't getting no damn cash apps and no donations, you know. I'm getting a lot of requests, but you know, but I'm not trying to say that's y'all's responsibility. I'm just saying this stuff can get out of hand. Like these transcripts cost money, like for the big cases, I should say. But I'm okay for now. We'll see. But because I'm just trying to make this trial a little bit more meatier than what it previously was. So we'll see what happens, y'all. But oh wait, I forgot the point. Oh, I was trying to say this was a happy accident, and I'm glad. I don't want to say glad, but I'm kind of glad that I discovered this because I'm figuring out how to do this research and how to get these transcripts and stuff. And so whereas before I was like kind of intimidated because I had no idea what I was looking for or where to start. I went through a lot of trial and error. As you all know, I went through a lot of trial and error with the editing. This is a one-woman show over here. I'm not a tech person, and I'm learning. So thank you everybody with the patience with that, with the audio. Please forgive me for the mistakes that I've made in the past. Thank you for everyone who hasn't been a jerk so far. Constructive criticism is fine, but I'll address this right now too. Rudeness is not, and if you come up my channel being rude to me, you will be blocked. I don't turn the other cheek. I'm not taking anybody's shit. I absolutely will not take anybody's shit. If you don't like what you hear, you can bounce. I'm not saying that to people who have valid criticism. I'm talking to people who came on my channel talking nasty to me, thinking that they can just say because they're a faceless person on the internet that they can say whatever the hell they want to me. You can't come in my house. You can't come in my house and be rude. If I stepped into your home and was talking mad shit about your curtains or your food, how would you feel? So no, you can't come up in my platform talking smack, you will be blocked and deleted. So, you know, you might as well get to, if you want to comment, you might as well get used to creating multiple accounts, because I'm not playing that over here. I absolutely will not. I'm not that damn nice. No, I'm not. This ain't the other channel where I have to just smile and grin and take it because I'm afraid to lose. I don't give a damn about subs like that. I mean, I like them, but I'm not kissing anybody's ass. You ain't gonna talk sideways to me and just think, no. If you don't like it, give me some suggestions. You know, if you want to donate to the fund of SepTeena Changing the Music, you're free to do that. But you have to remember, I don't know a lot of this stuff. There's a reason why I had to upload this stuff in the first place, you know, when I did. Most of you all know that story. But yeah, you're not going to come up here talking sideways to me. I don't care who you are. I do not care. And I like to talk back to people too. I know I shouldn't even be talking like this, you know, but I like talking back to people. When people give me their shit, I like to give it right back to their asses. And this will be the last I will address this. So I hope you all heard it, those who needed to hear it. So again, thank you to everybody who's been with me thus far. Please forgive all the mishaps and mistakes that I've made. But you know what? That's how it is. Trial and error. This is a creative process. This is how you grow. This is how you learn. I'm not perfect. Nobody's born knowing how to ride a bicycle, and this is how it is. So eventually I will be, well, I don't know about eventually, because I don't know how long I'll do this, but eventually it won't be as, I mean, I'm getting better. I have to admit, you know, same thing when I was narrating. I was sucky in the beginning, and eventually I became better. That's just how it is. And so thanks for going along with me, you know, and again, I'm not holding a gun to anybody's head. If you don't like the content that much, you are free to go. I won't count it against you. Yeah, but if you don't like it, nobody's holding a gun to your head. You can leave, you know, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not starving. I'm not begging for anybody, nor am I starving for this. But I'm very appreciative to those who have listened and subbed and all that. So 27 minutes in, and then there we are again. This is why I don't like to just make random uploads, and which I don't think I want to be doing lives, because I'll be all over the place. So I need to start making bullet points and then, you know, going from there. But thanks for listening thus far, and please just let me know what you all want to do about the later transcripts. And I hope you all have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, or the leftover part of the weekend, and you'll see me soon. Well, you'll hear from me soon. All right, goodbye everybody, and thanks for listening.